Hello, I'm Dean Whiting from Pathology Technology Australia. And today I'd like to talk a little bit more about the testing and the testing technology when we're in a pandemic. And generally this comes down to two distinct parts. First, testing for the infectious agent, in this case, the COVID virus. And secondly, testing for general health and the continuity of care that's required even through a pandemic. So let's talk first of all about what testing technology and tests we have to identify people with the particular infection in the pandemic. So in the case of COVID-19, it's caused by a virus, and that virus can be measured in the blood and in the sputum and in the nasal swabs, the back of the nose, via a technology we call PCR, polymerase chain reaction. What this measures is the viral genes, the viral DNA or RNA in this case, in the case of COVID. And these tests are quite definitive. If you have the virus and we measure the viral RNA, you have the virus, no doubt. We also have the antibody tests, and the antibody tests are very good for studying if people have immunity to the infectious agent. But they're not very good for helping us pick up cases in the first place, okay? They're not very good for ruling out infection. So we shouldn't really be using them for that purpose. They're excellent for ruling in, for saying that you have immunity, but not really that much good for anything else. You'll hear about the term testing positive with the RNA tests, and you'll hear specialists talking about you need to have 2 negative tests to be cleared. What does that mean? So as your body deals with the infection and you develop the antibodies, you start to kill the viral particles in your body. To the extent where subsequently we won't be able to measure viral RNA in the swabs, in the samples taken. Now, to be sure, what the medical specialists do is take 2 swabs, consecutive days or days apart. And if you are negative on both swabs, then you are effectively clear of the virus itself. You could also have an antibody test at that stage, which should also show that you've built up immunity to that particular infectious agent, in this case, the COVID virus. So that's the testing and the technology used in the first part. In the second part, more than 50% of Australians have chronic illnesses. And it's true that pathology testing is vital to diagnose and manage about 70% of all medical cases in Australia. So while we're busy testing COVID infections, it's critical that people continue to look after their health in all other regards. So people with chronic illnesses, diabetes, heart disease, cancers, it's important that you continue to get the care you need. Follow the care plans that you have set up. And for people who have acute illnesses that need pathology testing, you should go ahead and get that done. There's no reason not to have that testing done. The technology is readily available. The labs are set up and ready to go. The last thing we need in Australia is for people to suffer and potentially even die from chronic illnesses and other illnesses because they haven't been following their care plans. So please make sure that you understand these 2 parts of the equation. 1, for infection, we have a range of tests. You know a little bit more about how they work. For those who have other healthcare questions, who have continuous needs for healthcare, please look after yourselves. Continue to follow those care plans. Continue to consult your GP. Continue to get the testing as needed to make sure that you manage your healthcare properly. I'm Dean Whiting for Pathology Technology Australia.